on course. It remains sacrosanct. It is irreversible. And no amount of force can dampen nor quench the ingenuity and the resilience of the indomitable Biafran spirit. Broadcaster championing the cause for the restoration of Biafra. Biafra Human Rights Radio. Of course, unstoppable and remains the beacon of truth. It has been so since yesterday, and it is today and forever.
Yes, sir, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people, wherever you are all over the world, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station. Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio Station, generally referred to as Child of Circumstance, is being anchored by Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo. Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo, he is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Diokpa Uche Ukafomefo is the man who has simply assured us that under his watch, he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, I do not expect everyone to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day you shall. By the special grace of the Almighty Creator, I remain George Onyibe. I hail from Agbo. Agbo is in Anyoma province, and of course, Anyoma province is in Delta State. I want to, as tradition demand, to acknowledge members of the Biafran de facto customary government, headed by Alhaji Asari Dokubo and deputized by Rita Ada Anebogo. And of course, I acknowledge members of both parliamentary, interim parliamentary. I acknowledge advisory body. I acknowledge implementation committee, all of you who are saddled with the responsibility to redesigning the face of this struggle. Members of Biafra Nation cannot be left out, because you have proven that Biafrans can be sincere, Biafrans can be genuine, Biafrans can be focused. And so I acknowledge all the administrators, acknowledge all the family members within or outside Biafra land, all of you who are working very hard to ensure that we redirect our people and change it, in fact, upgrade the dented image of Biafrans. I acknowledge all of you, from Obidio Binu down to Brachimeze, Udo Wile Odiogene, all of you, Bruno, Chokode, Agumwanye, Ada Biafra, so numerous to mention. Those of you who live in the dark to serve the light, acknowledge all of you. And of course, other pro-Biafran group who are also fighting assiduously from their own point of view, acknowledge all of you. We are looking for one Biafra, not two Biafra. Acknowledge all of you. You have done well, and Biafra thank you. If we fail to do what we are doing now, Have you wondered how those who died will feel about the whole thing? Anyway, out of ignorance, that is why the cat challenged the lion to the fight. I do not expect you to understand that anyway. And of course, as always, I acknowledge the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. I keep telling the world, they are not the indigenous people of Biafra. Indigenous people of Biafra is a name that would have been guided with everything within us. We have so many IPOB. We have IPOB led by the DOS. We have IPOB in Scandinavia. We have IPOB led by HOD. We have different type of IPOB. Of Nnamdi Kanu. Once you make a comment on Facebook or any other social media, they jump out and attack you. That is how you know them. These are supposed to be mature men and women. But the level of brainwashing is amazing. It's amazing. But of course, what do we have to do other than to deliver them? So if you are part of the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu, I see you are few on my platform. Please call others so that you can come and yap. It's unfortunate. This having been said, I will acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. And in my humble way tonight, I say to him, Anyi na jage mau, makane joku, imara mai, ihonanya ne nage, ubiomage, ujuranyanya ewo, inwe gembangwe, odi onye dikage, Ebu Alpha no Omega, Anyi na sena ne de mao. Ise. And so this evening we will go to our topic, which is simply titled Another Additional 2 Dangerous Missteps in Biafra Restoration Project. Another additional 2 dangerous consider our ways. And this evening I decide to add more 2 examples of missteps by some supposedly freedom fighters, and of course specifically the indigenous of Nnamdi Kanu. I want us to review 2 other missteps in addition to the other 3 in my broadcast of January, 10th of January 2010. January early this year, on the 10th of January 2020. The broadcast I made that day was titled 3 Missteps in this Biafra Restoration Project. Today, there is need to look forward. There is need to look in depth into these missteps as we not avoid the consequence. Mazimefo over time have been calling on the people of Biafra. Mazimefo over time has made the boundary line clear. We are law abiding. We are engaging Nigeria before the global community through the preamble of law. It is our right to self-determination. We were peaceful. We don't want to have any problem with anybody, but we want to exercise our right within the law so that our own freedom cannot become or cause obstruction for the freedom of another. We have tried our best to live within this mindset. But a lot of things happen, which is referred to as missteps. We keep warning you, we keep drawing your attention. Most of you are not listening. For you to tell me that Mazimefo is a saboteur, I wonder what you are. But those of you who don't even know anything about IPOB are the one who is shouting that. But I thank God to this very moment, Mazimefo stood on his ground. Nnamdi Kanu, on the other hand, know what he wanted. It is all about money. It is all about money. He will send us to go and protest. We will go and protest. And the moment they kill us, you begin to hear fundraising. Fundraising. Let us raise fund. Let us raise fund. Go fund me. Fundraising. Today, the Nigerian government, Malami has informed you, he has warned you, I don't want to see you near the court. If we see you, in fact, Malami said they have made arrangements to treat all of your fuck up, all of your stupidity. He said, come to court on 26. The truth now is that because of some of these missteps, you have eventually lost your moral standing. You can't even have the morale to do the right thing, which is within your right as far as the Constitution is concerned. But what brought all these things? Because we were talking to Nnamdi Kanu. It should not be this. This is not your father property. This is issue that regard or concern a nation. You cannot do things like this. Go now, you are known gunmen. And the amazing thing is that this time they don't even bail you. The SARS in Abuja, their headquarters is called Abattoir. They will butcher you there. So those of you here in Biafra land who are about to die, I salute you according to Nnamdi Kanu. Respect yourself and go back. If they are charging him for demanding for restoration of Biafra, for him. The earlier we all work together in truth, sincerity, honesty, fairness, justice, and equity for the sake of the next generation, the better for all of us. How can you exchange one tyranny to another? How can you betray your brother because of your brother? If we must fight, we must sincerely fight so that all of us will win. We keep pointing out these things. But the only thing most of you can do is, let's shut them down. These people don't have a say. But I have told you, there is nothing that will be hidden as far as this struggle is concerned. Today, is it not obvious? Nnamdi Kanu hide and told us they arrest him. We are still looking at that. And then after that, the next thing is they start dragging position. Kanu was here. He was the one dividing all of us. Now, according to his Yahoo barrister, they're telling him he has us to unite. He gonna unite. Unite with whom? Ndiaran and Yoshi. It's unfortunate. You people don't understand. Are we here to restore Nnamdi Kanu, or we are here to restore Biafra? And so this evening we are going to look at 3 main audio. Of course, my target is to review some of those audio and then point out to you, because more is going to come, so that the people of Biafra can be guided. They can remain focused while we fight to ensure that Biafra is restored. We told you, it's all about money. Darlington is lamenting. Ife is lamenting. Simeon Ekpa is lamenting. All these people, all of them are Yahoo. They knew the truth. Don Okoro, Doctor, all of them, they knew the truth. But what I cannot comprehend, what I don't understand, is how supposedly sincere people will deliberately lie against their people in the presence of God. Now they are lamenting. Missteps. Number one, we are looking at this night. The one of the missteps we are looking at this night is the monetizing of IPOB. Of course, I will play the previous broadcast where we considered 3 of those missteps. But tonight, we are putting our energy on the 4th one, which is monetizing Biafra struggle. We started. When we go to consult our governors, it's money. Everywhere, money. Everywhere, money. It's all about the money. Go and look at the scenario behind the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. You see, money is involved. But it's doing it on the expense of our people. This is ritualist. Every effort to correct this man, he refused. And now because they have monetized IPOB, everybody now think it's about the money. Let us consider some of those areas.
For those, I have a very special message before I continue this broadcast. This message goes to our IPOB family all over the world. For the time being, I am pleading with everyone. I am pleading with every group within the IPOB to not put my name without my consent in any fundraising. Let nobody put my name without my consent in any fundraising until some issues are clarified. Let nobody put my name on fundraising without my consent, without consulting me, until some clarifications are made. Some of you may have listened to videos, you may have listened to messages, you may have read a lot of messages and videos on social media about what is going on. Some gossips and a lot of to comment on this issue. I do not want to comment because some of the enemies are just looking for something to talk about, and they don't give us space. They don't give us what to talk about. We give them what to talk about. So this evening I have come to make it very clear. Nobody, no group within IPOB should put my name on any fundraising without consulting me, without my consent, until clarifications are made. And this is not to say there is any problem. No. This is not to say there is something going on. No. But there has been a lot of conflicting information coming from the same family. As a concerned member of IPOB, as a bona fide member of IPOB, which I am, I request that nobody should put my name on any fundraising without my consent. I will not go into elaborating further. And for those who care to know, or for those who are asking questions about why I'm not broadcasting on Radio Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given order that I should start with immediate effect to broadcast on Radio Biafra. That offer I accepted without even thinking twice. I accepted the offer. In fact, it is not even an offer. It is something that a service that anybody who is capable can do. So, and I am going to broadcast on Radio Biafra without condition. Without condition. Without any condition. Because it is a service I will give to Biafra people, and then also.
Yes. Now, I will stop the audio for now. But I needed you to listen to two argument points of Simeon Ekpa. You see, some people will say, leave Nnamdi alone, do your own. Go on. We will not leave any of you alone. No stone will be untouched. You cannot be replicating the same Nigerian mentality in the supposedly Biafra nation, and you think you keep you quiet. Under our watch as Biafran watchmen, nobody will be allowed to sell the next generation. Simeon Ekpa made two things clear. Number one, stop using my name to raise money. From the moment Nnamdi Kanu came out from Kuje prison, money started exchanging hand. This man gathered all IPOB money. Instead of him to use his brain, instead of him to watch what is on ground, instead of him to lay down his life, he turned to fashion designer. He turned to talent displayer. They are doing selfie inside struggle, and some of you are applauding them, you are clapping for them. How many years on? It's more than a decade now. They're using Simeon Ekpa's name to raise money. That is what they do. They monetize the struggle. The moment you confront Nnamdi Kanu finance, you become a criminal. You become a criminal. The money rotates within Nnamdi Kanu and Nayanya, his auntie. So Simeon Ekpa has discovered that truth already. And he knows what is going to happen in the nearest future. He's trying to remove his head. What are you raising money for? ESM, unknown gunmen. Who are you raising money for? Because the last time I checked, our people in incarceration are rotting there already. Krista can know what I'm saying now. I think she's the new welfare officer. She can hide the truth, but it's not going to be for a very long time. But of course, I do not expect her to come out and be behaving like all these rascals. He's trying to save his head. They just arresting Nnamdi Kanu everywhere. You know, it's time to pay below, legal below. Everybody come out to Nayanya. The moment they arresting Nnamdi Kanu, hey, we legal below. We cannot afford to stay. Go fund me account. Hey, go banku. Nayanya have started singing. The Biafra restoration project need finance. But please, let's be sure of what we are financing. Because many of you will be heartbroken. Many of you will be disappointed. Because after your sincere and genuine sacrifice, he should be lucky that he is now. But the journey is continuing because he will not escape from evil he has committed against our people. And then Simeon having warned them, do not use my name to raise money, because he saw China Sanwo, Tony Zulumike, Austin Abani, Mazaya Oba, or former, all those gangsters called US. It is just money they are exchanging. Nayanya, of course. They didn't give Darlington his percentage since the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. So he now become true teller. It's unfortunate. And then he moved on and tell them, Nnamdi Kanu gave me the mandate to broadcast on Radio Biafra. But I'm not going to accept any condition. That accepted condition, we are the saboteur. So what do you call Simeon Ekpa? You people don't have sense. Nnamdi Kanu has considered loyal subjects to a fool. And we will prove to him that if he is God, we will put his righteousness to the test. The journey has just begun. Because this is what they do. When I'm on air, Chinasa will inbox me. Cause Yoruba, cause Yoruba. Now they can't inbox me. Cause Hausa, cause Hausa. Every day, cause people, cause people. Why are we cursing them? Okay, maybe it's to get attention. And then we get to a stage. Now the Kanu will tell me in the morning, cause Yoruba very well. So all those Yoruba who thinking now the Kanu is your friend, well, all of you are birds of the same feather. I will start cursing Yoruba. Of course, everything I said is true. I'm guided by my conscience. Then the Kanu will come on air and say, nobody should curse our Yoruba brother. But he has just embossed me to curse Yoruba. Now the Kanu is so hopeless that in one of his broadcasts, he brought Yoruba boy to curse Abo people. The broadcasts, all those broadcasts he deleted, I downloaded all of them. When the time will come, we will play it. Most of you must have forgotten. On Radio Biafra, one Yoruba boy called, he said, we love what you are doing in Nande Kanu. Yoruba don't fall heavy mungu. Where is your Duduwa agitation Biafra? Maybe now they deceive the next generation. And so I begin to wonder, what is all this? We got to a day, they say now, don't curse Yoruba again. Let us focus on Fulani. Curse Fulani. I told them, China Sanguru. I told them, Nande Kanu, I say, see. We curse Yoruba, you say no, leave Yoruba. We curse our Hausa, you say no, leave Hausa. We curse Sabotua, you say leave Sabotua. Now you want us to curse Fulani. I told them I will do no such thing. In fact, I have Fulani blood in my family. That is where problems start from. That is where problems start from. Now the Kanu went to watch, is it hockey or golf in America? I was on air that early morning. China said, don't come here. Exist these things. People say you are a saboteur, you are a rebel, you are this one. We cannot continue on this journey until we clear this mess. They want to use you. In fact, I have the audio of Chinasa telling me that I'm blackmailing Nigeria. That they are waiting for me to bring out my leg so that Wama Modo. But that's their promise, they must fulfill it. I am your destiny and I am your doom. You will understand what it means. This is the same condition they want to put in Simeon Ekpa. But I think it's wiser. He told you, I will not broadcast on any condition. Because the only broadcast they are doing there is lying. Simeon Ekpa. They will call Darlington Saboteur. All of you, Josephine Erewa, your turn is coming because you don't even know the people you are dealing with. Criminals. Those are the two things. All this thing is happening because Nnamdi Kanu eventually has monetized the Biafra restoration project. You don't give him any condition. I will come on air and then I will make broadcast. Nnamdi Kanu will be sending side talk for me. All of you will be happy. It no get sense. Emeka Gift was online. He's not tweeting again. Insulting Mazime for. And I wrote and I respond to Emeka Gift. The next day, idiot cannot come online. If I see any principal officer who is challenging any principal officer, you write anything, you will be expelled. You will be expelled. I don't expel now. And I responded and I said, when Emeka Gift was writing all these things, Nnamdi Kanu didn't notice it. Because he was the one who sent them to mess Maziuchi for up. I went the next day and I countered his decision. And you're on the how many years in Nnamdi Kanu you senior me? He has not even been to where I have been to. Outside our monthly due, who is he? Monetizing Biafra restoration project is a misstep. We must expose it so that everybody will sit up. If we are fighting for the freedom of our people, let's fight it. If we are not fighting, let's get inside the house Some of you say, let's take our 5 Igbo states. We are Igbo people. You don't have sense. All these broadcasts will stand as a testament against all of you, who for your own selfish reason is betraying and sabotaging the next generation of Biafrans. And yet you are the one who will call somebody saboteur. Let us move on. Let us look at the next one.
For that video where Mazi Kanu Takano do, I want to first of all make Mazi Kanu Takano to understand that Biafra struggle is not a family business. Biafra struggle is not a family business. For the fact that our even in time of pain or sorrow, we are always there.
We did not acknowledge any sacrifice made by Nnamdi Kanu. I acknowledge unquantifiable amount of dollars stolen by Nnamdi Kanu. I acknowledge indiscriminate killing of our people by Nnamdi Kanu. So it is UAFI who acknowledge his sacrifice. If Neil Chukwu Nnamdi Kanu, he says it's because of Biafra. In Mama da is because of Biafra. In Papa da is because of Biafra. But others dying for the same Biafra, they don't talk about them. Biafrans must be guided. Biafrans must be wise. Because are the one who is undermining our position. Let's continue.
That is why we deal with her like this, and we anything happen to our leader, now we not happen to. I was so ashamed and so disappointed when I see Mazi Kanu Takanu come outside in this time. You know, if they address the issue of his brother being the DSS custody, rather he was there talking about money. And I want to ask Mazi Kanu Takanu, before our supreme leader was kidnapped by the DSS, I don't remember where our supreme leader let you when you come make Biafrans or let Biafra know say you Kanuta say you get one position where they occupy in that place in as far as say IPOB, the state actor for the Biafra restoration is concerned. He never told us that you have any position that you are occupying, or if any critical time like this that we should come and seek for your opinion. But I saw the video you made as if you are taking the place of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Meanwhile, before his disappearance, he never make us to understand that you, Kanuta, is going to take after him. And at this critical time like this, we expect you to be.
Yes, let me make it clear. Kanuta Kanu is the vice president of Biafra. If you are not aware, because you are just another Mugu floating around the corner. Nnamdi Kanu is the president of Biafra. Kanuta Kanu is vice president of Biafra. Nnenanya, their auntie, is finance minister. Emmanuel Kanu is a defense minister. And then you have other ambassadors, the Bullseye, the real El Mustafa of Biafra land, China Samuru. So you don't know. In your own Biafra, according to the doctrine of indigenous people of his immediate younger brother is the vice president. So, point of correction. Go ahead.
More concerned and more worried about the release of our supreme leader, but now the reverse case. All the money don't go there with, or you are busy defending an individual in that place. When I came out, the video I did and went viral, that some people were calling me, if I don't do this, if I don't do that, if I don't do that. And I asked you a question. I said, you went there for Germany, when they live for abroad, and our supreme leader they there for abroad too. For more than 8 days, you won't tell me say you not talk to your brother, you not call him, you not get connection with him. Till today, Biafra see they wait for you, may you can't answer that question. Why you never answer that question? Why they come out with the video of money or no money? And who make you a spokesman? Who make you a spokesman to come and speak about money when they eat or when they not eat? Who make you a spokesman to they speak about money when they not eat or when they eat or when they not eat? Or who they're supposed to pay money or they're not supposed to pay money, or about account or no account? Who make you a spokesman? You are supposed to be in grief. You are supposed to be thinking about the release of your dear brother, the our supreme leader got missing and you were not aware. You were not able to answer the question. You go Matanga China television, go the talk story of how Matanga, how Kanyanta be whatever be the father name, go Biafra and they give and you were saying things out of circle, out of board. I just quiet say let the sleeping dog lie. But this video where you do, if I keep quiet, my son not go get in peace. My body not go quiet. Because as it is so there, the sisters of people on the beating more than on a cartoon. The last time I checked, Biafra struggle is not family business. For the fact that our supreme leader brother do not mean to come outside or wait till you want to talk now, then we can change how we they see or the picture, the real picture where we they see about anybody or about this the present situation of ground. Your video, you know all water. Those speech when you give, you know all water. You know all water at all. Are they very disappointed to see that money issue now you call the fight for our leader never even spend 1 month for prison for detention. You did they talk about money. Up until now, because I carefully listen to that video when you make, up until now, all of us went ahead as a ceremonial intercontinental rep, abi not continental rep, abi what is the position where they give as a ceremonial continental rep in that place. Without the consent of DOS, without the consent of anybody, he created a GoFundMe. He created a GoFundMe just like what Obienu was doing. He went to Radio Biafra to announce the GoFundMe without the consent of DOS, without the consent of anybody. Our supreme leader have made it clear, time without number. I do not want any man in IPOB to handle the affair of money. Why is it that those of you in the leadership, some of you, I'm not talking about head of directorate.
Nnamdi Kanu don't want any man to get involved with finance. And that is because he cannot intimidate the men. Maybe sometime he even wool those women who hold money. Because Nnamdi Kanu is just a common dirty pig. Robbing top J doesn't make you clean. You is very dirty in character. What do you call this man? Darlington was a finance auditor now. Is Darlington a woman? But I told you, if you don't even know what you are saying. You have not even read the bylaw of IPOB. You don't even know anything. LBJOBN do this one. But what I will say at this moment is that Nnamdi Kanu at the end of the day sit behind and hit all of your head together. This is what he did in 2015. He was engineering Omiomio from behind. He was communicating with Mazim Efo from behind. He was telling Uche Naseb. He was practically hitting everybody's head. And when we hear some things from Nnamdi Kanu, we'll be shocked. We know the truth already. I told you Nnamdi Kanu assigned people to rubbish me. But yet he will send me out there and say, my brother, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. You people have not seen anything. But the reason I played this audio this evening is to make you understand that the struggle of Biafra under the leadership of Nnamdi Kanu has been monetized. Whether you accept now or not, with time you will only be heartbroken. With time you will be disappointed. With time you will cry, had I know. But our duty is to make sure that you know the truth. And we can only pray for the truth to set you free. And so the people of Biafra must remain focused and put their eye on the ball, which is Biafra restoration. Nothing more, nothing less. As we continue, I will go back and play that my video, my broadcast of 10th of January 2020. And then you compare it with what is happening now. That is why I always tell you that Nnamdi Kanu is predictable and it is pathetic, laughable. Let's go to that broadcast. Because a lot of things is going on and we cannot be distracted. My apology for coming out very late. But of course, you know, we have developed the habit of destroying ourselves. It is in the character of some of us. And that is the only reason why Biafra restoration is being delayed. God has signed it. And there is nothing anybody can do. I will not proceed until I acknowledge the Almighty Creator. Because in the end, He is the one who has placed our foot upon this path that we must follow. And then I humble myself before Him this evening as always. Anyị na-aja gị mma maka n'eziokwu na mara mma ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadi o inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dị onye dị ka gị ebu Alpha na Omega anyị niile na-asị na dị mma o ise. That having been said, once again, I apologize for coming up late. But it's not intentional. Pekin will say, Mama no go sleep, he no go sleep. If we say we are going to do something, we are going to do it. The side of Biafra land will come. We don't lie. When I mean we don't lie, we mean what we say, and we say what we mean. It does not matter the consequence. It does not matter who is involved. Our time having been spent without wasting much of our time, we will go to our topic, which is simply titled The Most Dangerous Misstep in the Biafran Agitation Project. The most dangerous misstep when it comes to this Biafra agitation. And every Biafran alive today, you must understand that our life, all our life, have been in danger. It is amazing what we do on social media. Honestly, I have so much to say, but I understand that when I fight for everybody to win. I'm not fighting to win. I know what I should have done by now, but we will assure you that we will expose every lie if the people, the corporate, fails to repent. It doesn't matter. I want to draw our mind to 3 dangerous missteps. They are dangerous and they are missteps, and we must caution ourselves. In one of my recent broadcasts, I said they are using data people to attack me. So Darlington now turned to purpose. Darlington, I won't talk to you. You are not my mate in this struggle. It could be you people's property. I'm not your mate. You are doing auditing to checkmate in Nanya and to find out the money that I have stolen from IPOB. And then when they couldn't trust you because they will soon still come for you, they brought Amarachi. You people are the one only auditing our money. You people are the only one that holds the money. Nenayanya will still sing her own song. She will join us, the Saboteur Club, very soon. She was the first person to accuse me openly, Nenayanya, that I diverted Anambra money. Money that was given to me to pay into IPOB account. I told her. She said I should collect it with my account and then transfer to IPOB account, which I asked the Anambra State Finance Officer to do on my behalf and send me the evidence of payment. But me one Nayanya told the DOS, Onyibe is diverting Anambra money. But they were all, when they saw the evidence of transfer, that is what saved me. Everybody who have lied against his brother, any Biafra who is using us to make money, God will judge all of you. So, but in the Nayanya time will come. You people are the only people who know everything about the money. But is it about the money? Feeding on the blood of your people. And then Darlington is coming. Yeah, I see the hot. We are not category in this struggle, Darlington. I would have begin to respond to you. But all these things you people are doing is to make us distracted. And it will not work. then you people will understand. Christy from Akwa Ibom in one of our meetings, she said something, and one of these days I will play the audio. Once again, I challenge those of you in the US. Come out and tell me, see what you have done. Come out. Shame on all of you. My only problem is I ask you people to be cautious, to be very careful what you are doing to this generation. These are missteps. And then the only thing is to victimize me. But I'm very happy. All of us who have gone through IPOB, who have labored, sweated, all of us are saboteur. And then recruit want me to talk to them. Why should I? Chike does me on Facebook with fake account. China Sanguru, Tonu Zurumike, Azaya, Oba, Former, all of them are with fake account. When they did this, attack George. Now, let me remind those of you, Biafran watchmen. If you see them talking rubbish, follow them. They are not our problem. If they talk one, tell them two. Yoruba Juju is working. Fighting and confusion. Respond to them, because everything we are doing, everything we have done will last on the lives of endless generation. You will not understand this thing. The one you fail to respond to, it will remain that way. And so if anybody think we are keeping quiet, you think you are going to do, we have placed a benchmark for all of you. Look at them. What we are doing now is gossip. Gossip. Where is Oduduwa Biafra agitation? Where is our Hausa brother? Everything you are doing, there is a purpose and a reason. We must be very careful. There are things I would not want to say at this moment, but I would say it. Every tribe in Biafra land, all of you must stand up. All of you must get ready. All of you. Hey, it is transmitter money. It is transmitter money. It is transmitter money. Look at them, criminals. The people who gave me money for transmitter, go on radio, come on air and make it public. I was only a medium. Medium between the buyer, the seller, and the installer. And the people involved are there. There was one I installed in Enugu for in South Africa. We bought pool, we constructed the pool. It is a very committed principal officer that handled it. He spent ×2 of the money that was budgeted for logistics. So the brother, we know I'm talking of him, his own very transmitter, they say thunder strike it. Okay, for IPOB Yahoo transmitter buyer. Poland, we don't have single unit in Poland. How many units did he open in Poland? All the audio people are sending people. Go and find out how much did Onyibe chop. The owner of that transmitter now. Okay, foreign and bright image, you use almost 7,000 naira to repair what they said about 170. The brother believed them at the initial stage. When I was discussing with somebody, they said that thing now 700,000 plus they use repair ammo. Bright Mesia is not a thief. How many transmitters did that even buy? How many of them? One idiot called me today and said, we are the hardcore. Where is the transmitter we bought? And I told him, I'm only a medium. You people have collected it. And any other thing you are saying, I don't know. Missteps simply mean a wrong and a forceful step on the high ledge. A misstep could be fatal. It is error or mistake, especially one accusing by bad judgment. Considering a lot of things that is happening in the name of Biafra agitation, it is important that we begin to reevaluate our stand in order to survive this ordeal. Have you ever wondered how our people were conquered, and how the people who enslaved us maintained their system of enslavement. It is all because of one mistake from another. It is therefore very important that we consider these three main missteps, which is very dangerous to all of them, all of us. A lot of things has happened in the past. IPOB will come and say, oh, you do this, you do this, you do this. We keep quiet. For how long? For how long? We have been fighting the system inside to stop this thing. They continue doing it. Azayoba, China Sanguru, gangster called the DOS, leaders of IPOB, come out openly and accuse me. Because all these matters are in the DOS. The Afari Bekuman, Ubuago, and one other idiot reported me that I was eating money. They wrote petition and gave to Christy, Akwa Ibom woman, one of the members in the DOS. And the woman say, they say you eat money, you look at petition against you. What do? I do? I told her, give it to the leadership. One thing is to accuse somebody. The next thing is to do that thing they said you did. For now, you may think you have advantage, you have media power. Our money now, you use and they hire recruit against us. Don't worry. Misstep is threat which have created insecurity in the life of many who have what it takes to restore Biafra. One of the anytime you come out, you say, we will kill you, we will do this, or we will own people. It's a misstep. It's a misstep. We thought all these things were going to be temporal, and then we become real. But every minute you people are getting worse. The last meeting I had within Nyanwodo, I have said it before, I almost wept. A lot of things happened there. The man said so many things. And tonight I want to remind you, 99.9% of everything that he said about Nyanwodo is a lie. Because all this supremacy, what they do is, if you don't agree with them, you are a criminal. The governors know this, the senators know this, the kings know this. Influential and powerful Biafran who would have worked very hard to ensure that Biafra is restored, all of them are being threatened. They won't enter Biafra. And you want them to fold their hand and let you bring that Biafra. You are joking. When they give you money, they become born again. When they give you money, you say, leave them. In parts of my previous broadcast, today they wake up and say, curse Yoruba, curse Yoruba. And the same people are telling me that Yoruba curse will kill you. And then they come again, curse Hausa, curse Hausa. You stage manage your people. You endangered a whole generation. But I tell all of you who are involved in this thing, your children will not escape from it. So the constant attack and threat is a misstep. I don't want to go in detail. Today you people come out, hey, we can say kidnapper, massacre, but you people initiated it. Now many of them don't have hope. Most of you hide in diaspora and you are giving order. And most of us here on ground are not listening any longer. If you know they tell, oh, go and look for Judge Onyibe, and when you see him do him like this, I tell you that will be the last thing you will do in your life. Don't worry, that thing you people are looking for, you will see it. I do not want to talk to anybody. We will go back to our roots, continue our study, organize our people. But the only reason I am following them gradually is that they are sending recruit to me. They don't send Igbo man and make it come attack me. Darlington. Darlington will know your history. As it is hot, we know your history. Efe Owa, Josephine, play your audio. You people don't know what you get yourself involved in. You don't know yourself. The last time I spoke to you, Darlington, you knew about this issue. And I was telling you, how can I be answering African rep? Brachi Mezie, Benjamin Madubugu are the really African rep and deputy. You talk to me as if I don't have sense. I cut the phone on you because you don't have sense. Now, those criminals are pushing you people so that we'll be distracted and be talking of you. No, I'm waiting for them. They will surely talk. It's a misstep that you will wake up and threaten everybody. When I know we are in for a big problem was when they banned me from entering Anambra 2 years ago. And the instruction said that our leader said if they see me in Anambra, they should beat me up. 48 coordinators was removed for no, because they didn't buy Benjamin Madubugu fuel. Where is Chijoke Otaji? Where is Indone Soku? Where is more? They still transmitter money. This transmitter money you people are stealing. We shall see to we will get to the bottom of it. And those who thought let's put up resistance till leader here, but all of them, where are they? Very soon, boy, state people will start killing themselves because now the Kanu sister is in charge. And I now begin to wonder, like I have said before, if at this stage you ban me not to enter Anambra, there is a problem. Oh, these are misstep, dragging and harassing people. Is that how other countries who fought for freedom behave? No, all of you, look at yourself, all of you talking to me on Facebook, blackmailing me. Look at how it works. My picture in circulation, I gave it to that very particular one. My picture, if I have to, I know the one I give to you. Amandia Nezi. That very one I gave it to Uche Mefo and China Sanguru. They remove me today, they publish it. Don't worry, that thing you people are looking for, you will get it. Because harassing people will not give us Biafra. But of course, we know you people are not looking for Biafra. You want to create a media platform, you be like Shewore. You want to be a godfather or emir of Biafra land or empire, and then everybody worship you. But it won't go down well because we function the same way. Our people must consider what is happening and see that we have placed ourselves in a more dangerous position than ever before. Just sit down and think the way you are reasoning now before you join IPOB, you see you are not reasoning fine again. You come, you quote. Now today, Nyashide for back. What exactly are we going to say today that we have not said? The only thing remaining is that there are things we need to do that we have not done it. So the more you harass people, the more you make Biafra Restoration Project the realization very far. It fuels my anger, and that is what keeps me going. But search your conscience. Are you truly standing for people? Are you doing the right thing for our people? Number 2, contributing to the wrong purpose with a wrong motive is a misstep. I've noticed most people who have contributed in IPOB, they are so desperate to make sure that Biafra come. I understand that. It's a pattern. OBD has contributed to this project seriously. OBD has contributed seriously. And my respect for him, my regard for him began to increase when he looked at every sacrifice he has made and he abandoned them and moved on. And so are those wonderful coordinators who have seen the truth and the monster we are creating and abandon everything. But the misstep there is that some of you, The only reason you are saying, oh, cool down, don't talk, let's manage ourselves, is because you made contribution thinking you will be governor or your children will be governor. Some of you are contributing now because you think Biafra don't come. Don't deceive yourself. Biafra will come. But at this very stage, you have destroyed everything that will give us our freedom. It's unfortunate. You are telling lie. You cannot even evaluate the blood of those who died. All you are interested, we have paid money. Now, the danger there is that many people who contributed to Raphael Owazurike will not contribute to, are not contributing to IPOB. And many people who will or has contributed for IPOB, if they fail, will not contribute again. We get to a stage where people don't mind them. So do not make contribution because you want to become something. Do not stand on the path of evil and insist that evil must stand because you are paid money. This is dangerous for us in this journey. When we came here at the initial stage, our duty was to enlighten our people so that everybody can be able to keep their head up. But now look at what we have become. No, now those of you who are freedom fighter, go to your war and look at what you are writing and beat your hand in the chest and tell me you are not ashamed of yourself. Gossipers. They are the gossiper, they are the one who call people gossiper. People say, we have spent a lot in this struggle, we cannot afford to spoil it too. What about people who died? You think we don't know what happened? We are not fighting to destroy anybody. We are not fighting to win. We are repositioning ourselves till you are able to come back to your senses. All these things are necessary. Go and look at the church history. And you will understand how there were reformation. It takes a pastor to create or bring about a reformation. And so from the Catholic, you got the Anglican, from the Anglican, the Orthodox, the Presbyterian, and the rest of them. People saw evil and stood against it. But the beauty of it all is that the Church of Christ remains one till today. As of the time those things were happening, nobody really believed in those men who brought about transformation or reformation. But today, go and read catalog upon catalog of men like that, who at that initial stage, it look as if they are standing against God. But they are bringing about the fulfillment of the word of God. We, the Biafran watchmen, we will bring about the fulfillment of the word of God for Biafra here in our very time. When you are supporting, when you are making progress, when you are making contribution, make sure in your heart of heart that it is for the ultimate restoration of Biafra. Today I'm very strong and powerful. I'm okay, but not very okay. Because without this child of circumstance, without Biafran human rights radio station, you people would have seen how these people will destroy us. We have not started, but they are feeling the pain already. That is why they are gradually changing our name from saboteur to opposition. We know opposition anything. We are saboteur. It is dangerous. And our people must stand up. All these things they are doing is just a simple way of dragging us back into politics. Ojukwu lost his voice because of single mistake. The same way some of you are all around the Nandekano, when something is wrong, you say it's right. The same way you people deceive Ojukwu. Open up nkanye bonkanye, nkanye bonkanye. In we did Ojukwu win in Abga, not to talk of Imo. Today, where is Abuga? And then people will tell you that Ojukwu say the Biafra we seek now should live in our mind. If we are fighting for our freedom, we must not move our eye out of the track. We must not remove our eyes from the real goal that we are here to achieve. Without this radio, Biafra Human Rights Radio, you people will see what will happen. Number 3, creating false impression to make people believe that they are what they cannot be. Creating false impression is a misstep. You want people to believe they are nothing, they are not. You are not. You are doing gra-gra. It's a shame. It's a shame. We will have to reconsider our perspective. As everything will rely on the head of the next generation. Whatever you are doing now, it is going to rest on the head of the next generation. Boko Haram key, Fulani S-Men key, this one kill. Is that why we came out here? There is nothing that will happen in Nigeria that has not happened before. They are making effort to collect our land. They are working very hard to change the constitution until they cripple every one of us. Our land is under military occupation, which all of us know. We are being disenfranchised and in fact completely emasculated by the Nigerian state. We know all these things. They are not new to us. And of course, at this moment, what we are supposed to do is not telling cockaboo story. You go and carry Abazona Liberation Force picture, creating false impression so that we say we are safe, and they are killing our people. You people should stop that. We are doing what we are doing because we are involved. People say, why did you not say it all this time? If we say it, you were the one who said, don't worry, be patient. There is one of my friends in Brazil. He knew everything that is happening. They were part of the people say, keep quiet, keep quiet. We kept quiet. This opponent said, now why are you saying it? Why are you saying it? Everything that will give us Biafra, you people have destroyed it. Are you people not ashamed? Can't we be ashamed of ourselves? It's because they remove you from IPOB. That is why you are doing like that. Did they remove Mazeme for? We wake up one day. The next day, oh, they have sold the radio to Zuzu. Nigeria has bought over our radio under our watch. But it's a lie. Am I against anybody? I'm against the action of all the evil people. So if Uche first sold the radio Biafra to Nigeria, there is need for Biafrans to organize ourselves, and we have started it already. And I want to use this opportunity to tell Biafran watchmen, the pastors, after this broadcast, I will publish the prayer agenda, because watchmen are prayers. Except the Lord build a city, the builder build in vain. And of course, do not think what is happening now is ordinary. The moment some of our people begin to eat and dine with the real enemy of our people, they lost their track. If we don't do the right thing, we are not coming back home. So if you are truly a man of God who believes in freedom, freedom that have respect for human, freedom that is pursued by principle and articulation, This is the time we must stand up and pray. Of course, if you are a pastor and you want to join what we are doing, you have to inbox me. Send me a message. Our representatives are everywhere already. Around the world, they are there. Forget about they are not talking. We are studying the system. Because when one man stand up and tell you, I decide who live and who die, and you think Mandela did, when the children of Israel were homeless, scattered across the globe, few Jewish-blooded individuals who were mighty, who had something to offer, came together. People like Rockefeller's family and the rest. They start making contribution. They went back to Israel. They begin to plan systematically and meticulously. They were able to achieve what they want. They cover part of their land and then they continue pushing. Today, from Tel Aviv, is the capital of Israel, not in Jerusalem. But it was something that was born by principle. Not jaga, 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 jaga. You're turning us to what we are not. Those principles must be initiated. Every Biafra must understand that what we are doing is normal. It's normal. It is supposed to be so. And so that when Biafra comes, you will understand that Biafra has been a people, a liberal people, free-minded people, who believe in live and let's live. But this agitation has gradually changed us. Die, let us live. Monitor and watch what you are doing, because you are causing a problem more than the one you claim to be solving. Biafra watchmen, we are going to pray, stand by and watch. You see any of them writing rubbish, do say it. One of the greatest achievements of my benefit in IPOB is that they have destroyed the prison of fear. We now know how to say the truth. And some are learning how to lie. But then we must continue to come together, each and every one of us, carry out a grassroots evangelism until we touch our community and have every information regarding our land at the palm of our hand. Yes, of course, that is where I will stop this very broadcast. It's on my YouTube page. But the reason why I have to take time and replay them, and as time goes on, we replace most of them, as prophecy have been fulfilled. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. His zombies did not even care about him. His fashion parade Facebook legal team are not even talking about it. The only thing they've been saying is money, 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 money. If you monetize this struggle, we will only be poisoning ourselves and killing ourselves. At this moment, our lines are open. You are free to call. Do not be part of them. You can see them shouting and jumping up and down. Everything about them is gone. We must stand for justice. We must stand for fairness. We must stand for transparency. We must stand for the overall interest of the people of Biafra. This is Biafra Human Rights Radio Station. And of course, we are Biafra Nation Alliance. We must rise up to the challenge and do the needful. If we fail to restore Biafra in the time like this, I tell you, the next generation will curse us. But we are determined, we are very serious to repair the image of Biafra Restoration Project, having been damaged by Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Nnamdi Kanu. Our WhatsApp line then 07081545642. 07081545642. 070815455642 It's our WhatsApp number. And our direct line is 081 221 52971. 081 221 52971. And so if you cannot access that line, you are free to connect me through my social media platform. Anyone will have access to. I'll be back in a minute.
Bible clearly shows where the true Israelites are and where the Messiah is going to gather his people. Judah, he's going to gather from the four corners of the earth. But the other tribes, he will gather from beyond the rivers of Cush in Africa.
Candle in the night that came and blew us away.
And like a thief in the night that came and stole it away.
We've been in the bondage for so long. We need a light.
All the Biafrans should stand up, rise up for your freedom.
Raise the freedom song.
Freedom song.
Culture, now we are no one, so no more breathing. See, we gotta go.
Our tradition is live and let's live, but they are killing us now. We need free. See this land is in, we need a red and black to it. To make it work out, we need to be like Bon
Jovi. We fighting for our freedom, so you gotta stand up, searching for the garden of Eden. Oh,
We are freedom fighters.
light of the light of.
Yes, of course. At this moment, I am joined by one force, of course, the Biafra Nation Alliance spokesperson. Can you hear me, Mazi Chimezie?
Yeah, good evening, George. I can hear you very loud and
Good
clear.
evening from here, and thank you for joining me. Go ahead, please. The world is listening.
Thank you so much, George. Hands on heart, I can't thank you enough for the painstaking job you've been doing. And today's broadcast is one of the most important broadcasts, if not the important of all. Why I did say this, you took us back to your broadcast. You know, you're not a prophet. These things are predictive because truth is sacrosanct. Because truth is sacrosanct, you know. And the broadcast of the Wailing Wailers, who soon join the Saboteur camp, you know, it's evident. You know, this has been said over and over again. This Biafran agitation has been monetized, and people think they're lying. First, before I begin to put my trail of thought together, good evening to all Biafrans, friends of Biafra, lovers of freedom. I'm Chimeze, by the special grace of Chukwu Gabiama, the spokesperson of BNA worldwide. And I'm good evening to the Biafra de facto customary government, Okafor Uchemefo, our father Obidio Bienu, Dr. Doc, Dr. Nwokenkwo, Mazio Zurumba, Ojo Gene, Mazi Zuchko Okoli, numerous of them to mention. I'm not forgetting our mothers, Ada Biafra, our mother Rita Debogo, Miss Jane. To be honest, we appreciate everyone for one fact, because we all saw the danger, we all saw the shenanigans, we all saw the deceit, we all saw the lies, we all saw the propaganda. And, you know, we said we cannot continue to fall for this emotional blackmail of why are you betraying your own? Because at the end of the day, our conscience is what leads us. Like, but you said one thing earlier on, not on today's broadcast, you've said this now, if I'm not mistaken, it should be about a year now, that it is only Biafra that brought us all together. Yes, in person, most of us have never met. It is that love, in your word, if I can paraphrase it rightly, you said it is the love for Biafra that brought us together.
It is the love
And
of
this-
Biafra that brought us here. It is the love of
thank
Biafra
you.
that brought us together. Go ahead, please.
And for me as a person, I have seen it. You know, our people are so passionate. That is why today, when we try to separate the criminality, the shenanigan, the lies, the deceit that has been laced with this struggle, people tend to get emotional because it is attached to Biafra. And again, you've always reiterated and made one cogent, reason. We cannot betray the next generation. What we are doing today is we are saving the next generation. If people do not understand, this Biafran issue is generational. It passes from one generation to the other. Now, look where we are. For those of them who are busy typing on social media, I want to advise them, particularly those in Nigeria. Let me use the word Nigeria. Let them not fall prey. Let them not listen to anybody that will try to mobilize them to go to Abuja. The federal government has more concerned about the vulnerables amongst them. The government has said nobody should wear anything Biafra or IPOB paraphernalia. Let them not try to be stupid, because the same Nnamdi Kanu and his family obeyed the federal government before they could conduct the burial of their parents. Nothing of sort of Biafra or IPOB was within that vicinity or parameter or whatever the measurement is. Now, for those in Nigeria, let them not be fooled by those of them protesting in an environment that is secure. They will be in their trinkles, they will protest, they will put things on social media. Let them understand, Germany, America, United Kingdom is not the same as Nigeria. Please, none of them, if they don't have a business, this is not 2015, where they could mobilize and do all those razzmatazz. This time is a game changer. The government is taking it. Yes, anyone can make a point. There's selective administration of justice. That is a different kettle of fish. For now, those that call the shots, I'm interested in seeing how, if they can listen, those on ground, let nobody follow anybody for any demonstration or protest or a beehive movement around the court vicinity. That is Nigeria. They could get shot. It happened in Lekki. Under Brutai, how many Shiites were killed? Till date, nobody's held accountable. We should understand the environment. Nigerian environment is not the same as American environment, same as Israel. Please, let them try to keep off that court environment. Today, they are trying to, make a wrong comparison. Most of them are posting rubbish on Facebook, trying to call out the Igbo traditional leaders and, leaders of thought. Let them look at the modus operandi. It's a two different. Yoruba African cultural group or insulting anybody. In fact, the slightest misunderstanding he had with the New of Ife, he went and apologized. But we are not talking of the same with this geezer. Nnamdi Kanu's case is between Nnamdi Kanu and the federal government, not an Igbo affair. If we continue to, these things are empirical. Now, who are they asking to come and add their voice? Is it the same intellectuals? Is it the same This is people that kill this guy are these psychopaths surrounding him. I've always said to any person who is a leader, so much praise singers around you, be careful. They are misleading you. They are not telling you the truth. But those who tell you the truth will tell it to your face that you are the wrong way. When all these damages were being done, we cautioned, we cried. They thought we don't know what we are doing. Is it your bill for it? Now they're talking about fundraising. The same Nnamdi Kanu said he's giving 100 million bounty on Wiki's head. Let them use that money to finance this. He said he has 3 million naira or dollars he's using to pay, what do they call them, lobbyists. Let them pull out that money. This is just the beginning. And for those of them who don't know, they need to go and look at the count, the additional count charge. For most of them, they are daft. Their problem is on social media. Their problem is running to any platform that has different opinion or divergent view. If they know what they need to do, let them focus on the additional count charge that the federal government through the Attorney General has brought to add. This guy is in the greatest dilemma. I'm not wishing him bad, but the chance that Nnamdi Kanu would, let me not say I'm not the jury, I'm not the judge, but let them look at what has happened. Even the one that happened at Obiago, they are even compounding his problem. Now the federal government is bringing murder case, killing of policemen under his command. Do they need further evidence? The answer is no. All they will do is to play his broadcast before the jury. End of story. It's just like a clear example of in a court where they are trying to show the jury what happened. All they do, like in this country, they play the CCTV footage. They try to show some evidence of communication. It could be text messages, anything that has exchanged between parties to say this is an iron cast evidence. Today, the federal government has them in their hands. For now, yes, there's selective administration of justice, but everyone should tell themselves the truth. Let's put sentiment aside. The question is, did Nnamdi Kanu commit crime against the federal government? I leave everyone to answer that question. All we can ask for is for a televised trial, because not everybody can be within the court premises or inside of the courtroom. This is a case of national interest. The pressure which, if at all any, the Igbo, or Nnamdi Kanu, he beat more than he can chew. His payday, whatever the reason is, now is for him to answer for his crime. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Thank you, my brother, for joining me. We must continue. Every Biafran, wherever you are, just ask yourself a simple. Made so much missteps. There is consequence for it. And if we cannot open our eye and begin to tell ourselves in a moment like this, I think we are in for a serious trouble. And of course, our lines are open and you are free to call in. Those of you in River State, you can get Biafra Human Right radio station. In some areas in Igirita, Rukboko, Rumodomanya, Rumokoro, Wimpy Aziz, you can get it on FM 100.5. And those of you in Anambra, within Ogbaru or Nature, Mpo, 33 Anis Envaron, you can get Biafra Human Right and Freedom Radio Station on FM. Those of you in Delta, within Nzene or Wawusa, you can receive the signal coming from Anambra within those houses. Contact us through our administrators, through our platform, if you are interested in joining this move, because the task to restore Biafra is something that we cannot negotiate about. And so, like I said, you are free to call in on our numbers, and if you cannot get the studio line, you are free to call in. And of course, we continue to tell our people the truth. We continue to prepare our mind. We encourage our pro-Biafran group to do what they're supposed to do. And of course, at this moment, I am joined by my daddy in the Lord.
Yeah, thank you. It's another day that God has given us. We must continue. One thing is clear, that people die because of lack of knowledge. That if people will listen and get that knowledge, God is going to heal our land and then we'll be free. It's as easy as ABC, but you know what? Where we are operating right now, some of us where they are is too far away. Again, dear friends, this is your brother, Video Bieno. I'm calling from Los Angeles. Of course, never get tired because Biafra is what we sign up to get, and Biafra we must get. Everyone that is what is going on in that contraption called Nigeria. We know that it's a failed state. It's just that people need to pick up the remaining pieces and go their ways. We are not concerned about the threat of the Fulanese and everything. Now, I was so happy to watch a video yesterday. It was, I believe, one of our leader, something like that. You can see the anger in him as he was talking about the Fulanese. And at a point, his microphone, his hands were shaking. That is to tell you how outrageous what he was saying was. So again, it's only in the southeast and south. We keep fighting ourselves instead of coming together and get out of this mess, first of all, before we can talk about who runs who and who runs that. There is, if the problem is the oil, there is oil all over southeast and south to south. So I can imagine that even when, as we are talking about this thing and crying out for our people to rise up and wake up, and there's still division. People are still talking in different languages. But you know what? We respect their opinion. My take in all these things is to let you know that we recognize each and every one of you. We recognize the Edo, we recognize the South, we recognize Lower Niger, we recognize Niger Delta, which other one? We recognize all of you. We know you are in existence. We know you want to be identified in a particular way. It's okay. It's okay. You will answer whatever you want to answer. The key word now is to be able to put your eyes down and see what is happening. 2022 was a set day for these people to start the war. Of course, you can hear them. Some of them are now deceiving us by saying that since we want separation, we can go our own ways. Now you will imagine, why are they still planning? They are still planning. They are now coming to pass electronic voting bill. They are now doing all kinds of things. And these are people doing electronic voting bill where the light is not consistent. You know, there was that day, even if you have to be transferred, your results has to be transmitted electronic. You will take your lights out there and people will shout NEPA. And that's going to be okay. So we are following them. And this is the reason we have asked our elders to stay away from these kids. All you need to do is to support. You don't have to be speaking for us. You have spoken for the past 15 years. Please, we are begging of you guys, do your meetings, make your noise, but you know that what we need from you is support. We need your support. We need you to come out. We need you to support, but we don't need. And in the north, they are negotiating for kidnappers to come and get money from 500,000 to families contributing money to go and release their kidnappers. And then what will not. One thing I don't understand, how come there's no question about who goes in and out of this bush to negotiate with the bandits? Gumi is one of them. We know that. And so many El Rufai cannot get away from him, even though he was recently talking about he's not going to negotiate with the bandits and stuff like that. So, honestly speaking, sometimes you don't know where to start this discussion. But guess what? However is being discussed, the message is clear. We are not one Nigeria. We are not part of that contraption. Okay? Now we have other groups coming out. Everybody with the nation agenda. Okay, we agree. Come together. Let us come together. This platform is for you. I've been announcing it. Our head of the de facto government of Biafra is Asare Dakobo. The patron is Chief Rafo Wasurike. These are men, pillars in this struggle. And then if you're part of the nation, the people that are doing the nation thing, contact them. We want to be Biafrans. You can be Igbo nation, you can be Ogoni nation, you can be Oduduwa nation, you can be any nation you want to be. I'm sorry for mentioning Oduduwa because Oduduwans are doing their own. But you can be Anang nation, you can be Calabar nation, whatever that you are. Talk, come together. This is consultation out there on the air for you because the footwork is not working out for you. Anytime after meeting you, say nobody consulted you. I don't know how else we can consult you. Okay, if that's not enough, look out for the National Indigenous Nationalities of Nigeria Alliance. Look at what they are talking about. It's the same thing. Getting out of this contraption is the key word. First of all, you were following them when they gave the constitutional force majeure. The Fulanis ignored them because these are people that will not give you any chance to talk. They don't care. What is in their mindset is in their mindset as far as belt, as willing tools, and they're using you guys as their slaves. And will never allow you to control your destiny or never allow you to rule over them. That's what they stand for. So this is not, my brother, I mean, I don't know how we can explain this thing. And then we have all these distractions around us about rendition, abduction, or whatever. What do you want me to say? People call me here to ask for the past 9 months now, if not 10 months. We saw that what he was doing is wrong. Even as we are speaking today, nobody can really give an account of what happened. Whether it's a plan to give Biafrans excuses, the Biafrans that they have collected monies, both the ones here in diaspora that they have collected monies for drone to bomb Rock and everything. Maybe that's a style because he's the one that knows three things. And here we are, everybody ranting. I saw this young lady calling my name. I don't know why this girl, I don't know why she's mentioning my name. I don't know who she is.
Maybe she has discussed with Bright Chimezie or Josephine Rep.
to come and start. I don't know the witch of Massachusetts, Josephine Erewa. Okay, that's the only reason. And in as much as I don't want to talk about this case. It's important that people understand there is two different Dr. Okoro here. There's one they call Dr. Okoro. There's one they call Dr. Okoro. So when they are talking about Dr. Okoro, they need to make that distinction because I watched my brother Chuma the other day doing a presentation. He said he went to Dr. Koro's house. He was sitting with him and everything. I guess he didn't understand the difference. I want him, if he's listening, Dr. Koro, yes, there's one Dr. Koro here. He used to be IPOB member, but another distractor because he doesn't know how to follow instructions. He was playing the big man and everything. There's that one. But he has no hands in any money with IPOB. He has not collected anybody's money in IPOB. I want to make that clear. And it's not the Dr. Koro they are talking. The person they are talking about is the Dr. Koro, the criminal of our time, who stabbed me in the back. He's one of the criminals. He's working with a dossier and Nzurumi. All the wicked, evil men here in the United States, they speak good in your front and they turn around and stab you. That's the one that is setting up account. He's setting up GoFundMe now. That's the one Nandis Kano, younger brother, was directing you to go and start paying into his account. And this is a fool, a demented fool that messed up the idea when I noticed Nnamdi Kanu was out of hand. A simple mechanism to control him. This same Dr. Koro messed it up. And here we are talking about raising funds. And they're still collecting money. Some clowns here in the United States are still paying in. They're still paying him because magically, maybe Nnamdi has gone to Abuja with his what is it called? He said he's coming down with hell. Maybe that's what he went to do. So people honestly speaking, I don't know why this information is very clear. Now you can understand there's no hierarchical structure. Now you can understand that mumbo jumbo, I call it. Nobody respects one another. Now I have somebody that I've never come in contact with in my life. I mean, what kind of mess is this? In as much as it doesn't bother me because you know what? What can you do with ignorant people? When they don't know you, they're calling you. A lot of people that call your name today, my reverend, don't know who you are. They haven't come close to you. But this is where we find ourselves today. I know that these matters should be discussed, but at the same time, it's not going to dominate what we're doing here. So I'm calling on Biafrans and all lovers of freedom. If you're interested in what is going on, call Maaz Onyibe, call Reverend Onyibe or Diop Onyibe on this platform, or inbox him and show intentions. Inbox Maaz show intentions. I'm also available. Tell me what you want to do. But don't come for gossip. Inbox people. Mbadike comes here on the radio every other day or every day. Give out his number that you will call him. Call him. Paul Okom comes here and give out his number. My brother, Chimeze, just finished talking now. You can inbox him. These are people that are working for Biafra. These are people you can rely on for these things. Okay? So we do have a pathway or kind of a resource to get to you. You can call these people and tell them that you want to be a part of this process. Matthew Dog comes here on the radio intermittently and also talks. But I will appreciate if we start giving his number here so that people will come around. Biafra belongs to all of us. And as a matter of fact, all of us are going to work for it, whether we like it or not. There's no such thing as a messiah in this very serious situation. My Reverend, I will, stand back because time limited, time constraint, we need to cut it down. But I want to appreciate you for what you're doing for Biafrans. For Biafrans, you must live by 3 standards, and that's just being stable with what you're doing. Don't say that this group has discouraged you, therefore you are not pursuing what you're pursuing. Remember, what brought us here together is Biafra. But we must tell ourselves the truth. And more importantly, we must humble ourselves. God is watching. If you look at the event of things, He's watching. We just have to do what we have to do so we can march in to our land. My brother, thank you very much for what you're doing for us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
There was.
Sir. And of course, we will continue to enlighten our people. Hopefully, they will be able to understand the truth, embrace the truth, and begin to do what is necessary. Whatever we are doing, trying to keep the heat up. If it is not in the right direction, we are only losing even what we have already achieved. Can you hear me? Call on WhatsApp.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I am the one. Yeah, thank you, Onyibe.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Head of Administration of Biafra Nations Alliance. Speaking is Okeadu, Emeka Okeadu. Onyibe province of Biafra land. My warm greetings and regards to Obieno and Chimese that have spoken before me. And thank you for having me in your program this evening. It's one of those crucial broadcasts that you have been delivering all these days. Well, as we know, we have to be updoing with the situation. Time is particular, as I've been saying. Well, my own position, remember, I'm saying my own personal position because we are in a human rights radio and not animal radio, as we used to say. I think my own position is that the time calls also for the optimum usage of our freedom of expression and human rights. So I encourage, and I'm very, very happy that our citizens can now freely come up in the radio and express their views and opinions over issues concerning them and bordering within us. This was a very dangerous situation that we didn't know when it was about drowning all of us. So I think Biafra Human Rights Radio has made a very sharp U-turn on that. So I do encourage all our fellow citizens. They have to come up, as OBN had already said. Express your freedom of view. That doesn't mean that there's no time when maybe a unifying decision has to be taken. There may be a time for that too, but unifying decision won't define individuals' rights. So we do encourage everyone to And then, as we have seen, and as I have said before, we are not trying to stress on issues, of course. But what is here is that we are in a particular situation that we have been able to conceptualize. We've been able to conceptualize and we are able to it. The situation is that it is somehow ambivalent, and we're monitoring and very optimistic that we can be able to, handle it. On one side is self-inflicted damage that is clear, and the other that I have said before that is our priority is the savage. That one is priority that all hands must be on deck to resolve. Well, one of the issues that concerned me, to call in is the event that took place in the House of Representatives. I think this day, or was it yesterday, where a legislator from the southern part of Nigeria raised a motion for the division of Nigeria. I think it should be division of Nigeria. They were saying only division, but I think what the motion was on division of Nigeria. And that created a very big arousal in the House. Well, it was one of the genuine moments that I was able, that I have for the first time witnessed in the House. What I mean, a genuine moment, a time when a genuine proposal or motion was raised in that floor. Although it's not the first time, because for me, the first time has been, and which I've been making reference to always, has been that of Senator Ben Bruce of Bayelsa, of one of the Bayelsa constituency. The one, the position he took, or statements he made in the plenary of the Senate in 2017. That's I could say that is my frame of reference with regards to legislative achievement. Without mentioning words, he asks very, very crucial questions that has been turning, though kept aside, but it has been turning the minds of enlightened mind within the southern poly or within the Biafra land. If for one who couldn't remember, there were three pungent statements he made. He asked in the Senate plenary, why did Nigeria erase Bight of Biafra from the map? He asked that question openly to the hearing of the whole world. He didn't finish that. He went to the extent of saying, put back Bight of Biafra on the map. Why I'm repeating this is that we that have been even in the struggle tend not to understand the relevance of this position or achievement that Senator Ben Bruce was able to achieve during his period of legislature. He went to the extent of saying nobody has the right to erase Bight of Biafra from the world map. So these things were what he boldly and I mean, with shoulder high, stated in the plenary. So I think it has always been, and I think it will remain a frame of reference for an interface because we have wasted all these years grooming charlatans and even not knowing that we must, one way or the other, have an interface with the Nigerian government. We've been saying that, and that interface, we cannot be able to achieve it without interlocuting with our legislators. Because if we can't interface with them, how can we interface with the Nigerian government? So what I mean is that a big signal has started to emerge. So maybe you have to take time and look deep into this event that took place in the House of Representatives of Nigeria. A legislature raised the motion, and as Obieno has said, to the mindset of the Fulanis, they thought that it was an impossible thing to come up this time. But it came up in the chamber of the House of Representatives. And they made all attempts, the Fulanis, to shout him down, even denying that such motion wasn't raised. To the extent that it was a very big arousal between the southern and northern representatives. I think this took place either today or yesterday. So what I'm saying is that this is important because it's time now that we have to identify those that we have to our legislators, those that meant business, and those that we know that we have to depend upon and work together so as to achieve genuinely the struggle that we have been, wasting our energy all these years without any genuine sense of direction. So the point now I am trying to make is that raising of motion in the House of Representatives of Nigeria, I don't know how it is done, whether it is done orally, but from my own legislative experience, I know whether that of motion or a bill or proposal of a bill or whatever must be documented. Because one of the arguments they had in the floor there was that the Speaker of the House was trying to deny the motion that the honorable legislator raised. So at the time I was wondering, does it mean that they do it orally or it's not documented? So the point is that we need more of that because why I'm citing, I don't know the name of the legislator, however, because it wasn't made known, but I think you may have time to know it. Onyibe, I'm referring to you. You may actually have time and look into it. So, yeah, when we see all these things, you can see that it's some. I remember all the time. This is not the first time I'm making reference to Senator Ben Bruce. So, because I'm doing that, when you compare them with most of in like Abaribe playing in most cases, but then thinking that we are not paying attention or we are not being able to sift. This is the kind of action, if we genuinely know what he is doing or if he's genuinely speaking for his constituency, nothing stopped him. I remember there has been a time even Barrister Mekemekezu made a reference to that he had a discussion with him, even made reference, because why I'm saying this is that I know the authority of a legislator in any legislative house in the world, whether in Europe or in Africa. If you're a legislator, you are answerable to your constituents, and then your right to legislate doesn't end with the constitution of that nation. You rely also on that of human rights laws and international laws, meaning that certain issues that even your national law or constitution bound you from saying, you can raise it relying on international law. So what I'm trying to say, you consider we've had legislators. They were there when even IPOB during our own time was a tagged terrorist group. They weren't able to raise even any motion on that, to question or make statements of that, nothing like that. They've seen all the innocent youths that are being killed while they are protesting all these years. Nothing. Then when you look at them, you said, which kind of fair? But if it comes to irrelevant sharing of money or what, you will see all of them. So what I mean, let's hope that they have started to understand what it means to be a legislator. So the development is interesting, and that's why I said I have to call in. They have a wonderful president to emulate. Senator Ben Murray Bruce has set the pace, 2017, and I don't know why they are shying away from that. And so far as I'm concerned, history must always remember this honorable senator of Bayelsa. And then the gentleman, the honorable member that did that today, maybe with time we shall know his name. He has also written his name in the marble of history, in the sense that they are the move that will protect life in Africa. Not in this case, because the issue we are talking about is not the issue of Igbo. It's the issue of Africans learning how to protect their life, learning how to divide in order to unite, learning how to respect human life. That's the issue we're talking about. So I think, as I said, let our people, the citizens of Biafra, they have to know that there's a constituted authority for the Biafran citizens now, and that's Biafran de facto customary government, whose head president is Asare Dokubo. And then it's a government fully backed by the father of the Second Republic, Raf Wazirike. And this government is made up of, the head of the government is deputized by Anebogu. And then it's a government that has attracted noble men and women. We cannot do without that. I thank you for the popular and civic education we gave a few days ago on the relevance and pertinence of having a constituted authority. That was a wonderful civic education, and I pray and hope that you keep on to educate us more on that. So that's it. Shy away. Remember that the word Biafra means freedom. What we fought for in 1967 was nothing. If you can use one word to explain what we fought for in 1967, it was nothing but freedom. So what shall we gain in all this sacrifice we have made all these years? It's nothing but freedom. So freedom of expression would be at its maximum, no matter the situation. So please, we have to use that. Whoever comes about to deny of that is evil and must be put away from us. So, Onyibe, that's what I have to say. I'm sorry if I have taken much of your time.
Thank you very much.
And once more, thank you for having me again.
Thank you very much.
While I stand by, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir. And of course, that is the voice of Dr. Okado, a very principled man. People who, from their childhood, embarked on this journey to restore Biafra. And he's still there. My respect goes to you, sir, and every other old school. When I mean old school, I'm talking about every other patriot who have stood their ground to this very moment. God will surely reward your effort. And of course, at this moment, I'll be drawing the curtain for this evening segment. We remain the Biafra Nation Alliance, and the task cannot be abandoned. It is Biafra restoration. Biafra restoration or Biafra restoration. There is no two ways about that. Good night and God bless you.
Afoda kwa igom mama de mama de o iya ukangaji mama de o mama de o iya abasi sasa de bo. Hey, 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 boy, come de. Abasi so solo de bo. Hey, 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 boy, come de. Ntoe kaji pati, sikidi, sikidi. Hey, hey, na ibono toke kima, kima rebio. Sikedi, abagi kora wan pandiyo. Isi no bodo sikedi. Yenge sire kera baga mani. Isi enu dem sikedi. Et meko let's come together. Et inanye ibo no sikedi. Ibesi ko weyade. Ibioni bom sikedi. Ika yikono natsena. Ikora basi sikedi. Ikore kwene padiyo. Yetu ibono sikedi. Mbo padi. Mpare ni kama sikedi. Nsira tai let's play Nsiri bom bakada sikedi. Nsiru biom padiyo. Obora kara sikedi. Okobo wonderful people. Ona sikedi. Oran yagi sana badi. Oruwana mkaka sikedi. Unonguko badi. Okana soni bono sikedi. Oran badi. Oru ofongo ruku sikedi. Uyo let's come together. Afura kwa hizo mi fancy yo sikedi. Sikedi yo. Bobon tebe ifyakima. Nai bobon tebe ifyakera fono. Sikedi yo. Nai bobon tebe ifyakima. Ibom adusat ibom ilaiko. Kifon la Sio uba no yene ka funda. If ya keda fono Isikediyo Nai bobon tebe if ya kima Uyu ikwoke kima Iya itamilem Ida ikwagambo Ida ile kulegida Raino basi kiro kangaji Kopni Kopni Anneme woro nanganem kirem atoki mabasi